Hello! In this video we're going to be writing the equation of a parabola using vertex form. So far we've learned two equations of a parabola, and that is your standard form, and we also have vertex form. Now the great thing about vertex form is your h and your k are your two values from your vertex. So your h is your x value, your k is your y value. Typically when we have the equation, we have a value in for h, we have a value in for k, and we also have a value in for our leading coefficient. Most of what we've ever seen has been a leading coefficient of 1, but you have to solve for this number. Even if it is a 1, you have to figure out what that value is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of these parabolas. So here we have this lovely parabola. Clearly I can see the vertex, and that vertex is 0, -3. So that's my h value, that's my k value, because that's my vertex. What I need to do is take any other point that's on this graph, any point. I think I'll use this one. This is 2, 1. Now that's going to be my point, which means that's an x value and that's a y value. And again, I could have chosen any point. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to substitute the vertex into the vertex form of the equation. We're also going to substitute in a point, which is our x and our y value. And we will need to solve for a. When we're all done, we just write the equation in vertex form. And if you need standard form, you just multiply it out. So let's start. So the equation is y equals a times x minus h, binomial squared, plus k. So I'm just going to plug in my values. And when I say plug in my values, what I'm talking about doing is I'm going to put in my y value, my x value, my h value, and my k value. That leaves only one variable left, and that would be my a. If a is the only value left, that's what I'm solving for. So let's figure that out. So my y value, coming back over here, my y value is 1. A is what I'm looking for. My x value is 2, minus h, which is 0, whole thing squared, plus k, which is -3. Now all I have to do is just solve for a. So it's 1 is equal to, let's see, 2 minus 0 is 2, 2 squared is 4. So 4a minus 3. So now I'm going to plus 3 to both sides, and I get 4 is equal to 4a, which means that a is 1. Well, great. Now that I know that a is 1, what I can do is just plug that right into my formula. So y is equal to 1 times x minus 0, binomial squared, minus 3. Which is the same thing as y is equal to x squared minus 3. And that's all there is to it. So basically, again, what we're doing is we're putting in a value for y, x, h, and k, and we're solving for our a value. Once we have our a value, we put the vertex in, we put the a in, and we're done. So let's try it again. Let's take a look at this one. I have a vertex here. My vertex is -2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -8. So that means -2 is my h value, -8 is my k value, and I need any other point that's on here, any other point. So you can pick anything you want. I think I'll probably pick this one. This is 2, 0, which means my x value is 2, my y value is 0. So I'm going to start with y is equal to a times x minus h, binomial squared, plus k. And in this question, it says write it in both standard and vertex form. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to plug in our values for a, x, h, and k and solve for a. Okay, my y value is 0. A is what I'm looking for. My x value is 2 minus my h value, which is -2, so minus a negative, which happens to be plus a plus, and then k is -8. And all I do is solve that for a. So 0 is equal to, let's see, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 squared is 16, so 16a minus 8. Let's add the 8 to both sides, so I get 8 is equal to 16a. Divide both sides by 16, and I'm getting 1/2 is a. Great. So 1/2 is a. Now I'm ready to put that in. So it's y is equal to 1/2 times x minus h, so that's minus a negative 2, so that's going to be plus 2 whole thing squared minus 8. There's my vertex form. But the question also says write it in standard, so all I have to do is just multiply this out. So if I multiply it out, I get y is equal to 1/2 times, now I have to FOIL that, so that's x squared plus 4x plus 4, and then of course we have the minus 8 on the outside, so y is equal to 1/2 x squared plus 2x plus 2 minus 8. So y is equal to 1/2 x squared plus 2x minus 6. Let's back that. That's standard form. So we have vertex and standard form. Let's do this one more time. Okay, this time I didn't give you a graph. It says write the equation of a parabola in standard form. So my final answer just has to be in standard form. Now they gave us a vertex and they gave us a point. Okay, so my vertex, that's h. Nope, sorry, I said h, but I didn't write h. So that's my h and that's my k. And this is my point, so that's just my x and my y. So now I'm going to take my formula. Y is equal to a times x minus h, whole thing squared, plus k. And again, I'm going to put in my values for for y, x, h, and k. And I will solve for a. Okay, so my y value is 5, and I got that right from here, is equal to a times, now my x value is 4, minus h, which is 5, whole thing squared, plus 3. Okay, and let's just solve for a. So 5 is equal to, now let's see, 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. So this is just 1a plus 3. So now I'm going to minus 3 from both sides, and I get 2 is equal to a. Great. So now I'm going to put it together. So y is equal to a times x minus h, whole thing squared, plus k. So I'm going to say y is equal to 2 parentheses x minus 5, whole thing squared, plus 3. Now the question asks for standard form. This is vertex form, so all I have to do is multiply it out. So let's FOIL this. Now it's 2 times x squared minus 10x plus 25 plus 3. So y is equal to 2x squared minus 20x plus 50 plus 3. So y is equal to 2x squared minus 20x plus 53. And there you go. So just to review your steps. Step 1. You are going to substitute the vertex into vertex form. Step 2. You're going to substitute a point into that vertex form and solve for a. Step 3. You're going to write the equation in vertex form and multiply it out of standard. So put your vertex in, put a point in, solve for a, then put it in your equation, and you're done. That's actually it for today. So good luck. You have 4 practice questions to try. Let me know if you have any trouble. Good luck. Bye-bye.